You ready?
Yeah, 1 second.
This bitch. By the way, you guys, I'm in Phoenix. This is not my home. This is her home. You see the whole feng shui situation she got in the back, all artistic and earthy and whatever not, and all this black. That's her. Yeah.
I guess I'm just a dark, artistic person.
Apparently, you are.
I have no soul.
Yeah. Anyways, we can say you've sold it, maybe, or not. I don't know.
They wouldn't take it if I had it.
Wow. Oh my god, you're so dark.
I was like, what is that?
It's my stylist.
Oh.
Hey, infinity braids.
Yay.
Alright, so, you guys, this is Bethany, my longtime friend. We've been for 8 years though, right?
Yeah.
It's been 8 years now.
I know. That's
Yeah, we were
crazy.
looking at our my Facebook, because she don't, she's, anyways. MIA when it comes.
Sorry.
It's fine. MIA when it comes to technology, social media. So, apparently we're 8 years. We've been friends for 8 years. Do you want to tell them, like, how we met?
Is it okay if I share the story on here?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Well, we worked at Red Lobster together.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first met you, I didn't like you. You're a little.
Wait, when did you tell? You didn't tell me this.
I know, because it ruined the friendship. But it's because you were a little too crazy. But then I got to know you and I fell in love. Because you were just like a little
too much
in the beginning.
I'm always
after that, I got to know him and it got better.
So what about it was it too much?
You were just like too. I'm not gonna lie. You were a little too flamboyant when I first met you. You were just like too like hi, and I was just like, what the fuck?
You're so negative.
But it's because I'm not used to having very bubbly people in my life. And now I am because of you. And
you know what's funny? Because for someone who didn't like me at first, she ended up basically living with me for about a year or two.
So what is crazy is I knew nothing of him whatsoever.
Yeah.
So at all. And one day he approached me at Red Lobster and he's like, hey, I heard someone said that you're looking for a roommate, which I wasn't. And I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, okay. I was like, no. So then he told me his whole story that he was sleeping in his car.
Wait a minute. Wait. I approached you about that?
Yeah. And we were sitting in the booth, in one of the booths, right by the front door. I remember that.
I remember that. No, you were still hosting. I walked up to you. Yeah.
And then you're like, can I talk to you? And I was like, okay. And you told me that you were living in your car and that they wanted to like kind of like put you in a hotel and all you wanted was a place to shower and that you'd sleep in your car. And I told you, I was like, okay, well, I have a roommate. So if she's okay with it, you're good. Long fucking behold, I show up with this guy like a fucking, I found a sad puppy on the side of the road. And I walk in, and all I hear is my friend go, Henry! They're fucking going to school together. And we're in the same fucking school, and I didn't know that.
I think you got that part wrong.
No?
Yeah. Here's what you told me. Here's how that really did happen. I'm not trying to say that. Okay. So what had happened was, I was attending Katy Conservatory in Dallas. This one found out that I was going to Katy Conservatory, and you said, right. "Oh wait, I think my cousin is gonna go there, or whatever, and she goes there, or is gonna go there." And then when I got to meet her,
you knew her.
No,
she knew of you.
No.
Yeah, because I remember she knew you
from Red Lobster.
No, she knew you from school. She didn't know you from Red Lobster.
She didn't go to school yet. She couldn't have.
Yeah, she was in school before you. Or was it the same semester?
After.
What?
She was a semester after me.
Oh.
She wanted to go in the same semester I did.
But couldn't
is what she ended up saying. Right. She ended up like hesitating or I don't know, something or another. And it didn't work out. And then when I was introduced to her, I was like, oh, I go to KD. You're like, he goes to KD. And you're like, oh my God, I'm going to go there next semester. And that's just kind of how it happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because she didn't know me at all.
No, I thought she did.
No.
I thought you...
No.
Oh.
You try to talk me up so that she'd be okay with me staying.
See, that's the kind of salesperson I am.
We're gonna be doing the and cards again. As you guys have seen before, we did I did a similar thing with Stephanie, and if you guys haven't seen it, I'll post a link over here and you'll be able to see that video. We're gonna answer, so the way we did it originally was 12 questions. We'll try to do all 12 questions.
Okay.
I don't care how long it is, because I want them to be truthful to who we are.
And that's why I bought beer. I'm beer.
She bought beer to get through this situation. And we're gonna pick 12 cards, and as the guest on my channel,
can we record all over again?
No. I'm gonna cut it all up.
Okay.
So
can you cut out the part where I said burr? I
didn't even hear you, but okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then this is why she probably couldn't stand me, because
I was worse.
You were. You were bubbly though. That's the weird thing.
I worked customer service. There's a difference. I'm bubbly as fuck as work too.
Okay, so my question. I guess we'll. But amount of questions, we can take this off of the 12. So one of my questions is, if that's true, obviously it is true, that you found me hella annoying, too much. What sunk it in for you? What made you end up like going out with me, going on outings, driving to Dallas with me, late at night adventures?
Well, in the beginning, I didn't like you because you were too bubbly, but I didn't know you. And then once I got to know you, I realized that you were just a kind-hearted person, and that it was kind of like a divine like purpose on why you were brought into my life at the time that you were. Which at that time you taught me how to be more outgoing, how to be bubbly, how not to be so...
What are you eating?
Her dog food.
Okay.
So like...
Jesus.
so like dark and like, you know, just... You just taught me how to be like peppy. And that's why
Peppy, y'all.
Yeah, peppy.
First about peppiness. And then she I remember the one day I got my Miami color showed, and she was like, oh hell.
Oh, do you remember that time?
You got scared.
Yeah, well, I was at work.
You thought I was gonna hit you.
Yes. Okay, so this motherfucker, something happened.
I don't get it. I guess because I'm big.
At work. So I was at work, and I don't know, we were just starting some kind of argument, and in the middle of the fucking store, this man sees fucking red. Okay, mind you, I am 5'0", and he's like gigantic over here, fucking yelling, and we were yelling in the store.
You calling me fat?
I'm calling fucking tall. Anyways, so he was yelling at me in the store. His face was turning red. I was scared shitless because I wasn't afraid that he was gonna hit me. I was afraid that I was gonna lose my job because he was yelling at me in the middle of the store. And
why was he yelling at you in the middle of the store?
I don't know. We were fighting about something. Yeah, there was a camera. Like right, like in the middle. It was in Irving. Yeah, at work. This motherfucker. Yes, the audacity. I don't know. It must have been something serious.
No. We argued at home.
And then it carried on into the store.
And I came into the store to make a point. Not to argue with you, to cut it. But...
To make a point, y'all.
To make a point.
You couldn't wait to go till I got home.
Hold on. Because homegirl was avoiding me this entire time. She is the type of person that avoids. And I am the type of person that wants to take care of things whenever it needs to happen. And... because enough time passed. That's my thing. Enough time had passed. I forgot what the argument was about, honestly. But...
I think it was like rent or something.
No, it wasn't rent. No, it had to do with like... We went off in like, I guess, the style of our lifestyles. Like in the sense of like how things are run in the house and stuff like that. And it got real personal.
Hell, I don't even think we need these fucking cards.
But yeah, it got like really personal, and like you said a couple of words, and you like insulted me.
Yeah, which I am.
Like she dug into me and like called me who knows what at the time. I remember that much. She called me out of my name, and I'm not the type of person that calls people out of their name. Like out of their name, and like I don't dig in to make problems worse. I call things out for what they are when it if it has to do with the problem.
Mm-hmm.
If it has nothing to do with the problem, then I'm not. There's no reason for me. Like we're arguing about dishes. I'm not gonna bring out. You are a financial destruction. Stupidity. I don't know. Words. What are words?
Yeah. Which I mean is true.
And I would never do that because financials have nothing to do with dishes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'd be like, stop being messy, stop being more organized, do your shit, but unfortunately, not everybody works like me.
Well, now, yes, as I've gotten older, but before it's like, I literally would fight you when I got mad to destroy you.
And the funny thing is, and now that I remember more about this argument that happened in Irving,
it was probably my fault.
It just went off the rails, and I think in a way that it didn't have to. And that's where I was like, I needed my space. She needed her space. But then I went to her and I wasn't looking to argue. But you said you looked at me mad. I was serious. And she sees me in a different, obviously, different perspectives. Mm-hmm. But I actually went there with a mission of like, hey, can we talk? Mm-hmm. I need to tell you, because and the way it's funny because you basically, and I can tell at the time, you went through one ear and out the other.
Oh yeah.
You didn't know what I was saying.
No.
You were like annoyed that I went to your job. Mad and concerned because I was mad or upset.
And he was at my job.
And I was at her job. Mind you, I waited till a better time where it was dead. And I can get some time with her.
But yeah,
and it was gonna be
it
was gonna be quick and simple. And she took it as yelling. That's the thing. But that's what I'm trying to say. Prospectively, from my end, I went in there and I had a tone. I wasn't yelling. At my job. You were upset with me, period. And no matter what I was saying, it looked like an attack. Because literally what I had said to you was like, in this tone, and I remember now these words. Yeah. I said, I appreciate you too much for this to happen the way it's happening.
That I do remember.
And you were like, who the fuck are you? Why are you here?
Well, I mean, it's because with me, I was always taught, don't wash your laundry outside of home. To me personally, I was just like, okay, you're at my workspace.
This dude, yeah.
Which, to me, I felt that it was disrespectful that you were at my workplace because, one, I could have lost my job if the argument would have escalated or something.
But the thing, there was no argument. You chose to see it as a full argument. I went to make a point and leave.
No, there's a lot of yelling.
Because you talked back. Not that she can't talk back, y'all. Nobody take that out of context.
When he says his Miami shows, usually his Miami octave is 10 times louder than his original octave. So that was yelling.
I want to say that's not my Miami octave. That's just me naturally when I'm upset. But yeah, you're right. But no, so I'm not going to say that I wasn't upset. You know what I mean? I think at some point it was like, So the reason why I went to her job, let me put it like this. Because I wouldn't have gone to her job. I would never. That's just another thing. The thing is, she's been avoiding me. It's been a week of her avoiding me, period. There's not a talk. I would try to talk to her. She would ignore me. She would leave. She would avoid me at all times. We were sharing an apartment at the time.
Why did we start that argument?
That's what I'm trying to say. But it went off the rails.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. I don't know for what the argument started about.
I don't remember either. Honestly, to tell you the truth, okay.
I don't think it was rant. Because at the time I was actually doing okay with it.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't even remember, the full-on conversation. It's kind of like I have a still frame in my mind of that incident. Yeah. That's it. I don't remember. You were upset that
she was just upset that I was at her job, that I showed up, that I brought her dirty laundry at work, basically. Mm-hmm. But I was done waiting for her to, make the time. Because she wasn't going to make the time. And the truth is, though, if I wouldn't have done it, the conversation would have never happened.
Usually the one thing with me, I am a very fuck you person. So the second I go, fuck you, it's fucking done.
Yeah.
So and thankfully he came and he saved the relationship because we would not be here 8 years later.
Yeah.
So again, he's taught me a lot. A lot. So.
And I want to emphasize it, not for y'all like to see me as a better person, because it's not that. It's just like, I think sometimes I weigh out my...
I didn't even ask you, do you want a beer?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Sometimes I weigh out my options. Like, do I at least allow myself to be heard and like let it be done?
Well, boo-boo,
let it be done.
Let's face it. It doesn't matter where the fuck you go. You're gonna be hurt.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like we gave enough time for it to happen.
Yeah.
And you weren't willing to listen to no matter what.
Okay,
no matter
give the
what.
situation too. Henry is a lot older than I am.
Yeah.
So he's very mature.
Well, hold on. But at the time, I was 22. So not even.
Yeah, I was 18.
Okay, but again, 22. Come on, how many mature 22-year-olds were there?
I was 18, like just fresh out of high school.
But how many mature 22? You met a lot of unmature 22-year-olds.
Okay, I have met a lot of unmature 22-years. I still meet a lot of unmature.
I don't know what I'm trying to prove here. If I was a mature 22-year-old or
Henry has been through a lot of stuff in his life that has caused him to be a mature adult and look at things differently. So therefore, in my eyes, you were a fucking adult. Okay?
I was a shitty adult at the time too. So
okay,
I was a bad example. I was I look back.
I don't think you were a bad example. I mean, give or take here, there's some things here and there. But at the end of the day, I don't think you were a bad example. You know, because I mean, yeah, clearly you hit a few rough patches there in Dallas, but at the same time, you still kind of like held it together, like if it didn't bother you. You know what I mean? And I've kind of always admired that about you because I'm just so. I need a schedule. I need like time.
Structure.
Yeah, structure all the time, and you're just kind of like go with the flow, like enjoy your life.
And everybody says that, but at the same time, like I have my own structure, but it's like my own form of structure. Mm-hmm. It's free flowing, but I need to know where I'm going. Is what it is at the end of the day.
By the way, guys, this video is gonna be about 2 hours long.
I like that she doesn't care. She's just gonna grab whatever is there. Alright, so I'm gonna put the rest of the cards back and we'll count them. So we got 1,
I thought it was 12 questions
3,
each.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yay. So the way the questions work, okay, so it's skin deep.
I don't know what the fuck are you doing?
I mean, from the ones that have seen the first video, she doesn't even show up.
I know, but she's like biting her leg like all weird. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's your weird card. And you have just artistic daughter.
Fuck you. She's cute. Look, this is my little bat. Her name is Abby. She's shy. She fucking hates Henry.
Yeah. So what was I gonna say? Oh, my next thing. Okay, so the way this works, technically we're supposed to stare at each other and have these intimate moments, but we'll just do this set aside because I don't have the right camera set up to do that.
I mean, we could still stare at each other.
No, yeah, I'm saying. So when we ask the questions, we'll do that. So you're gonna start off the question for each card that you do.
Okay. For
each card that you grab, each card,
I'm gonna read
you're gonna ask the question, I'll answer it, and then I'll ask the question back to you. You have to answer the same question.
Okay.
Okay? If you decide you don't want to do it,
I choke. Just kidding.
I feel like you would choke anyways. But you just give 5 seconds, I think it's like 10 seconds, and then you say pass. Okay. So these are the 12 cards, y'all. Go ahead, grab your card.
Oh. Okay. If we could go anywhere at any time, what would you want to show me? Oh.
I would totally enjoy if I can go in the past with you. I would take you to London during the industrial era.
That would be cool.
I feel like that's you live for that whole industrial gothic.
So like industrial, as in like
the time when they like
1800s
the chimney cleaning and all that other stuff, the Mary Poppins aspect of things, but more rugged, more.
So living on the streets with no money.
Not necessarily. We wouldn't be living on the streets, but we would be visiting that era.
I mean, that would be pretty cool.
That's when the steamboats, I guess, came about. I
mean, I guess I could play your wife because women in that time had no voice.
We're not getting married. It's just where would I?
Well, I know, motherfucker, but you're taking me to a place where women are like shit. Yeah.
I just feel like okay. You're right.
I'm gonna take you back to the medieval times. Okay.
This girl's picky.
During the Black Plague.
Why not? With a good time before the Black Plague. I'm trying to think of a good time, but I feel like those eras is something that you would like to go. Like if we could like basically exist and not be part. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like we could walk through and like watch.
That would be cool. Like going through history.
Like Renaissance. I feel like Renaissance.
Yeah. The
London during the industrial era. But yeah, like I feel like you would appreciate that, and I like. You would be someone I would take to that time because you would appreciate that with me.
Do you know what's funny? I would take you to the past too, and I would do like the late 50s to early like 60s. I think I would do
where on earth?
Ooh, New York would be nice during that time. That would be like
you spoke to me.
That would be perfect.
To New York? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
To New York. Okay, don't get me wrong, like y'all, like a lot of bad things happened during that time. I'm not saying anything. But racism, misogyny, all the negatives that go along with it, but
the style is
awesome. Just the style, I guess. The style,
the music,
just looking at how things came about.
The movement itself. Fuck, I would even do Woodstock with you. Woodstock would be cool. You know what Woodstock is? It's like a big concert in the field, and they played like all the psychedelic music. Yeah, that would be. I would still do Woodstock with you. That would be the shit.
Something like that.
I think it would be a good time. We'd be on LSD, a little bit of acid. It'd be good.
I'd probably be not, but I'd probably be too peppy. By the way, everybody thinks I do drugs because I am this peppy. You asked me actually.
I did.
You did. You were like when we first started. When we were right off, she was like, "Do you do drugs?" And I was like,
no. I fucking would ask you.
She did, and I was like, "No, why?"
Honestly, the only reason I asked
I was like, why? So people thought I was like, like people thought like I'm on acid or like coke apparently, and I'm like, no.
It was just so up, like all the fucking time.
And then I finally met people who do those things, and I'm like, yeah, I'm nowhere near that level of like. There's some people that you can like, you really can tell they're on something.
Oh yeah, but you were still very like. And then you get to know him, and then you understand that's just how he is. Wow. No coke needed. No coke. Okay, look at me in the eye and tell me something in silence. All I hear is
it's a little awkward.
That's all I fucking hear is.
Loki, actually, that's kind of what I was saying. Oh no, really? You felt that?
I felt that.
But I was really trying to say, bitch, I can't think of anything. That's a little
all I heard was bitch. Which is what he says all the time.
That's my main word. Okay, so now you. Okay. It's more like, why are we still up? Why are we still doing this?
No. It's more like, okay. It's more like, an okay. That's pretty much it. Okay. In what way do you feel you've grown in the last 5 years? Ooh, this is a good one. Sorry, my tattoo. My tattoo just started like rising.
I think in the last 5 years I learned basically not to settle for less. I feel like I settled for a lot less than what I was capable of. Even though I accomplished a lot and I got to work for amazing companies and do amazing things, and I feel like I still limited myself and I wasn't pushing myself the way I should have. I feel like people will say yes, but I know I could have done more. That's what I'm trying to say. People will always say like, you've done so much, but I know personally that I could have done more.
Describe the first time your perspective changed significantly.
A significant change in my perspective was when I was in high school. And I had this very innocent mindset that everybody was still a virgin like me. I was very sheltered. I was very like church. I believed that everybody was like a virgin and not sexually active, and like I felt like
innocent.
Yeah, like I thought that like certain activities only whores did it. Like literally, I'm not just so y'all.
Well, we wouldn't have been friends in high school then.
No, I would have still.
We're gonna edit that out.
I would still have been friends with people who whatever, but in a way it would hurt me because I'd be like, I think I would feel like I'm in this not high road, but I would feel like I hope these people would make better choices and like not continue in the paths that they're doing, because again I was very religious at the time and very still in the church household type of thing, so I always like believed in the best in people, even like whatever they were doing I'd be like, you didn't need that, you don't need to do that, like I'd be like that person. But I wouldn't express myself that way unless I knew them, and honestly I didn't have a lot of friends back then, so I didn't really.
I fucking wonder.
I know what bitch. I didn't really talk. So people never knew me like this.
You were shy.
But like,
I guess yeah.
All that stuff was quiet. Like I thought it. I would never shame anybody because I would always. It would hurt me. It would hurt me to shame anybody. Period. I feel like nobody should be shamed. Oh. So like at the time, like
this is why we're friends.
But like at the time, like I only had like one friend in high school. And like I didn't talk to anybody. I was the quiet kid. I was the emo kid with the long hair up to like here.
Long hair?
Yeah, I was a rocker emo kid who always wore the same sweater. That was that kid that wore the same sweater.
I mean,
sweater probably stank.
I've seen the photos of you wearing the same sweater, but I've never seen you in photos with long hair. I want to see Pal with hair.
That never came out. I don't think I ever had pictures taken at the time.
Oh, I would have been awesome to see you with long hair.
You have seen me with long hair.
No, I've seen you with a man bun. But never with, like, hair to here.
That was basically it, longer. Just not cut at all.
No, you're my bad.
And I had more hair, and I had fuller hair.
Yeah?
Wow. I was younger. My hair looks full, y'all.
I mean, your hair looks good.
But anyways. But yeah. So, at the time, like, I just feel like at some point, my friend clocked it into me and was just like, this doesn't mean you're a whore. Because I talked to her, I was like, aren't you afraid that people will talk about you? She was the only friend I had. I like talk about you. Like it's just like I don't care what people think. I know I'm not a whore. I know what I do is with the person I want to do it with, and that's that. And she was such a free thinker and a free spirited person that it taught me. I was already in a way kind of free spirited with a specific set of rules for myself, but like hearing her out. I never shamed, but I think the fact that I asked her the question, she felt ashamed, and she like schooled me, and she went in on me, and she was just kind of like.
Which I mean, I guess that kind of like taught you.
It taught me. I mean, it taught me to be basically
a little more
understanding of people and their choices, and not everybody's brought up the same way as I am. So it changed my perspective in like understanding that my way is not the only way. And that people grow up differently. People do different things, and different folks, different strokes. Yeah. Different strokes. Never fucking heard that. Different strokes for different folks. There you go.
That works.
Okay, and then for you?
What's
the perspective?
I mean, I guess the perspective that I
changed
was like after my surgery. After I lost my hearing and kind of had to get like a little bit more serious. Kind of just realizing that, the party lifestyle wasn't the lifestyle for me. That's the question that we're just asking. That sometimes you need to grow up. But again, my perspective also changed recently where
was that the first time your perspective changed?
Yeah. That was my first time. And then the second time was realizing that there has to be a happy balance between both. So, yeah. I mean, nothing too exciting.
It's very
I was once a whore, darling, and now I am not. I'm just kidding.
And edit. No.
No, that's perfect. Leave it there. What's the best life lesson you've ever learned?
Don't stop being kind because the world is unkind to you.
Mm-hmm. Karma's a bitch is pretty much the lesson I learned. Which is the same shit. Just different wording.
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah. Mm-hmm. Depending on the path I guess you take, it's kind of the same. It ends up at the same spot.
Yeah. That is literally everything.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is actually two different paths but to the same destination.
Yeah, and that's like the thing that I tell people the most as well too. I always tell them karma's a bitch. So you gotta be nice to people because if not, it's gonna come and kick you last.
And for me, it's just like, just be kind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't, if you're such an innocent, like if you're such a good-hearted person, don't feel like you need to change that for someone else because they can't. They're incapable of understanding your good heart, your good ways, your good intentions. That's them. That's them to figure out. Don't let their burdens and their energies ruin yours.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's why we're friends.
Who was hated in the beginning?
It's alright. I'm surprised you didn't hate me. I wasn't asking.
I didn't hate you. Oh, I love that you. Here's the thing. Another thing adding to this. I love bitches.
Yeah. I love about that.
Not bitchy people. I like people who carry themselves strongly. Yeah. Go ahead.
No.
Read your question.
Okay, what do you find like the most challenging right now in my life? Well, just kind of like starting to find the balance between my business and my social life. You know, just kind of like letting things go with the flow and like understanding it'll work out instead of trying to control fucking everything. That's pretty much it.
And I'll go ahead and add a link to her Instagram for her little brow situation. She does brows, y'all. Yay! Go check her out. If you're in Phoenix, hit up my girl.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, finding a financial place that I can continue, not have anybody work for me, and just
do you.
Just do me.
You got this, boo.
I'm done depending on others, and I'm sure they're done me depending on them, and just go in a place where I've known, but like currently have people in my life who I feel like I'm taking advantage of them, and also feel like they're just done with me. Like our years of friendship didn't really matter, so.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like you need to find your true happiness. I think you need to find what you feel is your calling, like your actual calling. Which, I mean, I'm kind of glad that you started doing this whole YouTube thing because I think this is you. You're always on your phone recording things, taking 5 billion fucking pictures of fucking everything, which is true. But I love that because if it was up to me, I'd fucking have no fucking pictures if it wasn't for this man. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
So, like, this is perfect for you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. How many intimate relationships do you think you've had? Son of a bitch. Okay.
This is me. You're
Both
asking me.
I know. But I gotta answer too.
Intimate how?
I don't know. Just intimate. What do you find as an intimate relationship?
Okay. None.
Have I had? I had one. One intimate relationship. That fucking sounds horrible.
Truly intimate? None.
Yeah, I've had one.
And I say none because the one that I thought I had, it was one-sided. I mean, definitely. I guess like seeing it now, it was definitely one-sided. Yeah. So it couldn't be intimate. It had to be intimate at least at some point in the beginning, and it wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think I can literally say one, which is something like that I've never, as sad as it sounds, that I've never really experienced before.
I think it's. I know I say this as the person that's never experienced it, but I think it's amazing for people that have experienced it because at least you know you're capable of it. And not that I'm saying I don't think I am not, but it's a good revelation to show like you're capable of having an intimate relationship with someone. You know, maybe that person that ended up not staying, but
it doesn't necessarily have to be like a relationship. It could have been a relationship within that moment. That was very like intimate, very different.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I ever had that.
One day. Took me fucking 27 years to have that, so one day. What do you think life is teaching you right now? Oh, great. You got this, Tom.
Basically that. You got this. You got this. Mm-hmm. Like, thank you to the people who have played a part, played their roles, helped me out, done more than they needed to. And for those that need to move on, have a great day. Have a great life. Mm-hmm. And you got this.
Mm-hmm. You do.
That's what I feel like life is telling me. Now that year 1 in LA is over, it's year 2, and I feel like it's just telling me you got this. What you do at this point is completely up to you. It should be in your full control.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's the same. Like, now it's just like, you know, you got this, do you? It's pretty much. Like, don't...
That's how I feel about you.
Yeah, like, don't put face for other people, just do you.
Yeah.
You wanna dye your hair a fucking crazy color? Do it.
Yeah.
You wanna pierce your nipples the next day? Fucking do it.
Yeah.
I took mine out, but...
Well, I pierced my septum, so yeah, you're basically right.
Yeah, I mean, you wanna do you? I was like, you're not hurting nobody else, do you?
As long as you're not hurting anybody else.
Who is your mentor and why? Oh, do I answer first or do you
sorry, I'll answer.
I don't know, like, who's going first?
I think for me, I've come to terms that my mentor late in my life, not late, just like honestly since I was 22, without knowing it at the time, my biggest mentor was my sister, Helen. Mm-hmm. I feel like Helen is definitely a testament to hard work, putting forth, having things happen to you, and still keep going. She's working on her master's. She has a house. She's 3 years younger than me. She's working. You know, like she just didn't wait for nobody. She's had bad relationships. She kept going. She takes herself where she wants to go and needs to go. And I know that she'd be like, "Oh, you're praising too much of me," but truth be told, Helen is a true example. What I feel is instilled in me too, but definitely carries it better and does it 10 times better.
Yeah. Which I'm gonna see it. She's an amazing woman. She's very amazing. She's very strong.
She's my hero.
Yeah. That's good.
I can say that. Like, honestly.
Yeah. I see that. Oh. I mean, for me, I have like a cousin, and he's very business driven as well too.
Oh, the lawyer.
Yeah. He's very business driven. He's always been my inspiration ever. Yeah. He's always been my inspiration to kind of just like, I don't want to say one up him, but to be there. I want to be at his level. Like, it's just that drive. Like, I'm there and I'm like, I got this. You got this. Like, always. Like, I listen to certain bands or like, I do certain things or I think of like a business move and I'm like, what would he think? What would he do? And it's always like just, yeah. He's always been my inspiration. Even as a kid, which is weird. I always wanted to be like him.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Shout out to our mentors for being just amazing, good-hearted people. Mm-hmm. And I know that you guys are not perfect, and I know you guys have it hard as well, and sometimes need people to speak to. But just know that we watch you, and not to make you feel. We admire you. We're proud of you. We're happy to have you in our lives, and we're like your biggest fans. Mm-hmm. So, thank you. Oh, that was deep.
He actually doesn't know that. I don't think have I ever told him that? I might have told him that when I was very drunk. I'm not very emotional if I'm not drunk. Yeah.
With the pull teeth.
He tried hugging me at the store, and I was just like, no.
Hey.
I was like, fuck no.
Hug me because...
He stood there in the middle of the fucking aisle like that.
And she did. And then she overexceeded the pat. She was just like, that wasn't sarcastic.
No, I did it sarcastically.
Yeah, she was like,
how would you describe my face to a blind person? Bitch. That was pretty much it.
I thought you were saying my face.
No, my face would be straight up, bitch. So, what I would tell a blind person, okay, has a very happy and bubbly face. Very deep and charismatic eyes as well, too. There you go. So, you're a happy person with charismatic eyes. That's how you describe it. You describe emotion. Yeah, so it's like an emotion. So they picture you as a happy, bubbly person with creative eyes, with like, you know, just kind of just like eyes like wide open. It's an emotion. Because they don't know what the color pink looks like. They can feel, I can be like, his face is round. Because they know what that is, right? It's like, or his face is squared.
My face round?
His face is prickly. That would be another thing I would say. Because of the beard. But I mean, that's how.
Well, I would say she has an oval, supple face.
Yeah.
With plump lips.
Mm-hmm.
A bridge of a nose that complements the rest of everything else in her face. Mm-hmm. Nice cushioned cheeks. Rosy, I know that's not wrong, but okay. I will explain in the sense of rosy, in the sense of they bring a sight of almost like docile tone of color, but with deep eyes that really tell you otherwise. tell you she's been places. She's been through a lot. Eyes that just show a journey, yet her face says otherwise. Good job.
If you could grant your family one wish, what would it be and why?
A massive property to my family's name. Like something like that behind. Yeah. Because not behind.
Like something that's theirs.
Theirs. Yeah. Where they feel like this is ours, and like what we do on this land is up to us. Like house, you know, whatever. Yeah. But it's their property. It's theirs. Yeah. We'll have to check in with anybody else.
I mean, with me, like, and this goes for both sides of my family. I would want them to know what actually true happiness is. Like what it is to be content with themselves as well too. You know, and just to kind of just live life actually happy and not worried about anything. And just content.
That's deep.
Yeah. I mean it's
still deep.
Yeah. I know. It's just
what concerns you most about your future? God, hit us with a blinding of a question.
What concerns me most about my future? I don't know, that I won't be able to separate myself from materialistic things and actually find true happiness. I mean, that's the only thing. Because that's my end goal, is I want to be happy. Doesn't matter if I have nothing or if I have everything. And I just feel that at one point, I don't know if I'd be able to get there. That would be the only thing, you know, that worries me. If you can tell, a lot of things revolve around happiness and contentment. And you?
I think what concerns me most about my future is failing. Whatever failure of my own. Because what I'm scared is that I will fail at whatever I decide to continue to do. I'm afraid that my failure will destroy me. And this bubbly person, you know, this happy, I don't want my happiness taken away. I don't want my kindness taken away. I don't want my good heart taken away. I don't want it.
Honestly, boo, to tell you the truth.
I'm about to cry.
I know. I was like, honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't allow that to happen. Like, it doesn't... I know, like, of course, it's out of my hands or whatever. I was like, but I wouldn't. It just, I can't. You know, like, just to see you, like, struggle, or just to see you, like, unhappy with yourself, or just something, I wouldn't be able to, like, live with myself and say, yeah, it is what it is. I wouldn't be able to do that. So that's one thing you'll never have to worry about. Oh.
You don't have to pat.
I know.
Why do you always pat?
Hugs are weird to me.
God. Well, we did the 12 questions.
We didn't cry.
You got sad. You got deep.
Yeah.
You got deep. Like, in the beginning, it was like funny. I was like, ah.
Honestly, they weren't the questions that I wanted. I wanted to know what I wanted to put on my gravestone. I don't know yet, but the cards are great. They're great, like, you know, what are they, those things where it's like tension breakers as well too, to get to know a person. But I think we realized, you know, we've been together for such a long time that it's just like, you don't need the cards.
We don't. No, these are just they're just deeper questions that we don't necessarily always ask ourselves, even though sometimes we do automatically go into deeper thought spaces, and, you know, we naturally do. But I think this is more defined. Just help kind of define, like, not define it, but create clear questions, to the point questions, versus us, like, just getting there somehow, like, you know, I'm buying this moment, I'm like, oh, like, it was deep. But I think we will take this off camera at this point, but because, like, 12 questions is enough. Enough for the video. And if we do create a second one, we'll create a second one.
Well, let's create a second one. I'm having fun, and I'm only half a second beer in.
So, okay, let's do this. This is my first 21 questions with Bethany.
Can you mesh it together?
Huh?
Can you mesh them?
12 questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, mesh them?
I'll do, like, a part 1, part 2. She really doesn't want this to end.
I don't.
Skin deep. This was great. Thank you.
Yes, this was the best.
She enjoyed it. I appreciated you guys. You see, they really do bring deepness. If you have friends that love deeper connections and love to explore their friendships and just...
Especially if you have friends that, like,
need it.
Yeah, or, like, critical thinking. It actually makes you look within yourself and actually answer instead of just the basics.
Let's do this. Let's save the cards for a different time. But again, thank you, Skin Deep, for the cards. Thank you for creating this.
Yes.
We will continue. We will continue off camera, and we'll do more, just because we can. But again, you guys, thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel. This is Bethany again. I'll put her link down below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification button for more videos to come. All right, guys. Well, you guys have a wonderful night. Or
yeah, it's a good night. Have
YouTube
a good night.
experience. You might watch it during the day. Anyways, bye, friends.